Hello. Go to the starting thing. What's up? I tried to get, or I took a nap. Of course I took a nap. It was a bad idea. So I'm trying to get my stuff organized, like my pictures and stuff I want to show. Hello, gamers, gamettes. Ah. Yeah, Goku's here because we found him on a funny website, and then we put him there. In a different stream. You had to have watched all the streams. Why does that matter to you? So what is with my... Is my thing working? Oh, that's weird. It glitched for a second. But yeah, we're gonna talk about my Japan trip that I just got back from 2 days ago now. And yeah. Have fun with the stream. Hell yeah. Thank you. It's cool to hear when people... Like, my Peanuts video was a while ago, so it's cool that people are still, like, you know... Still watching my stuff. I mean, it was only like a year ago, I guess. Anyway, I'm gonna turn this down a little bit. The music. It's a little loud. Let me check something. Suppression on there. How's the microphone sound? Sound okay, I assume, I hope. But yeah. So me and my girlfriend went on it was like 2-week vacation to Japan. It was fun. It was a lot of fun. TLDR, you should go to Japan because it's fun and pretty cheap and there's a lot of fun things to do, and we just stayed in Tokyo the entire time and had a really good time. I hate this little thing on the side, the little heart thing. It's so fucking stupid. Why did they do that? Here, I'm gonna doing that. Yeah, I can see the newest message on this thing, but that's okay. Look, and the little hearts come up when people heart it, right when I mention it. See? It's stupid. I wish there was a better way to display the chat for my stream, but there's not. But yeah, so we, I was just gonna say, we had been planning it for a little bit. We started planning in, like, November, I think-ish. So it was a little last minute, but it worked out. So I got a bunch of pictures I want to show. They're not really in a good order though, because my phone is stupid and it saved them in, like, you know, not the right order, my computer, so not fun. But I'm gonna see if I can just drag these in here one at a time. What's the best thing to show here? Probably this app. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Let's do that. Yeah, how's everyone else doing? We're just gonna kind of chill and talk or whatever. You know how it is. Alright. Dangling keys, yeah. Yeah, it's weird. It's fine. It's not the biggest deal. It's just funny. Where's window capture? There it is. Can it not capture photo? The photo thing? Hello? Of course, my cat's here. Let's see. I guess I'll use a different media thing. I'm sorry, I should have got this figured out beforehand. How else do you... like open photos on Windows anymore. Is there any kind of like... Ugh. Why can't you stream the photo app? That's such a joke. Can I view photos in VLC? Is that possible? You can, but they come in like a video, which is not fun. I guess what I'm gonna have to do is do one at a freaking time. Oh, thank you. Thank you. How are you? Okay. We'll figure this out. I'm a big kid. I can do this. Okay. I guess we'll do it this way. I guess I'm gonna stream my stupid Firefox window, and then just, you know, put them in here. White box. I swear. It's fine. Okay. But yeah, so here, like that. Okay, there we go. Look at that. We're awesome. We did it. We got pictures. We got vaporwavy music and pictures. I feel like this is still fucking too loud. But yeah. So this is a little... So we flew into Narita Airport, which is, like... Oh, hell yeah. Okay, well, if you have any questions... If anyone has any questions, by the way, about the trip or my planning process or anything, feel free. What was I just gonna say? So I flew into Narita Airport, which is pretty far from Tokyo, actually. It's farther than I thought it would be. Like, I think... I don't know, in my head, I thought it was closer, but it's like a solid, like, hour train ride away. But they make it really easy. At the Narita airport, there's, like, the train to get to Tokyo is super, super easy. But Narita was pretty nice. We got a little lost trying to figure out where, like, the Keisei Skyliner train is. I should actually look up Tokyo train line map. Because I'm going to probably be explaining the trains a lot. And it looks pretty complicated, but it's not that bad, actually. Oh my god, that's so intimidating. It's like a slightly easier map. Yeah, whatever. I'll explain it as I go. But yeah, there's a train line that just goes right to Ueno Station, which was like 15 minutes from our hotel. Tokyo is very conveniently kind of in this, like, a lot of train stations. There's a lot of major train stations that a bunch of train lines connect to, and Ueno is one of them, and we were very close to Ueno. So, but yeah, I also had Miku was there, and I was like, yo, it's a celebrity in Japan. But yeah, I like the funny, like, everything, like Mario and Miku being like, welcome to Japan, hee hee hee. But yeah, so we had a little bit of trouble figuring out our ticket from Narita to Ueno, but when we figured it out, we were able to get there, but we were so exhausted. It was a 14-hour flight. We had to basically, like, immediately after the flight, now we are in a different country. We do not speak the language. By the way, I did not learn Japanese, very much Japanese, before coming here, which I'll get into later, but so 14-hour flight, very exhausted. We immediately were like, okay, now you have to figure out how to use the trains and now get to this other train station an hour away from here. Good luck. And we were very exhausted. We were dragging, like, pretty heavy luggage around. I just really wanted to get there. But yeah, but we did eventually. And this was a shot of I think it was right outside Ueno Station. It was nice. We actually usually didn't go towards this area because we were more in Okachimachi, which is like kind of like south of Ueno, and we were kind of near that area. And I don't know, I remember this you know, this road crossing, but we didn't go here too often. But yeah, I'm gonna try to look for, okay, Again, the photos are all kinds of weird. I'll try to explain this. It was the first Konbini meal I had, convenience store meal, because, you know, we were tired. We got back to our hotel and we wanted food really bad. So we were like, let's just go to 7-Eleven. That was pretty intimidating, I'm not gonna lie. I, like, right before we entered that 7-Eleven, I had, like, the immediate, like, oh, wait, I have to interact with somebody that they do not speak my language. Like, this is gonna be really hard. And it was kind of confusing, and I had to just kind of, you know, use hand gestures and, you know, visual facial cues to be like, oh, I don't know what you're saying, but everyone was pretty accommodating for the most part, so it wasn't that bad. Yeah, like, yeah, we didn't really know much Japanese beyond, like, very simple terms, but we caught on to a lot of stuff, like, as we were there, pretty much. But, yeah, you don't need to know, like, too much. Yeah, it was, convenience store food was good. This was kimchi rice. Basically just fried rice with kimchi in it. It was really good. I don't know how many pictures I have of the convenience store food, but we did get quite a bit because it was just so convenient. Especially for, like, breakfast and lunch. I'll explain what I did, like, more, but you'll understand why it was so easy to just go to a convenience store with what we were planning on doing during the day. But yeah, hello. Oh god, what was I just gonna say? What was I saying? Oh yeah, I didn't know much Japanese, but it's pretty simple. Yeah. It's pretty simple to, like, communicate. Usually everything's pretty, like, easy to understand in a situation like that. So, like, I was really stressed because I was like, uh-oh, they're gonna ask me questions. I'm not sure how to answer. And, like, you know, as a foreigner, they probably deal with so many foreigners. I just was very confused. And if they were asking me a question, they'd be like, you know, whatever. And I'd be like, and they'd be like, bag. And I'm like, oh, like, yeah, which is like, no. So, like, or hi, which is yes. So it was pretty easy. People were pretty accommodating for the most part. It was nice. That's kind of what you get when you go to Tokyo because it's, you know, it's touristy. It's just kind of how it is. Yeah, this is our view from the hotel, like the window of the hotel. But yeah, it was nice. The area we were in was very nice. Probably get into that a little bit more as I look at the pictures, but yeah, like the fucking I was just gonna say the area was like very local, more local than like touristy, I'd say. But yeah. So what's up? And let's see, I'm trying to, these pictures are not in the right order. So yeah, I guess that was our first day, judging by the pictures. It's kind of confusing. So one of the main things I really wanted to do when we were here was kind of go outside of Tokyo into like boonies area and just like explore those areas. And especially because there's a lot of thrift stores everywhere in these, like in Tokyo. So it would have been really, I wanted it to be really cool to like go and find thrift stores that were just kind of out in the middle of nowhere, which was fun. And I have a lot of pictures for that. So the second day, we really wanted to test our train skills. So we went to, let me see if I can find a picture of the map. I usually just do maps, huh? Oh god, it's not gonna like, no, it's not gonna like maps because like, I have to like my location and shit on, don't I? There's gotta be an easier train line map. Nah. No, it's really not. Goddamn. Let's see. Map is simple. Let's try that. I guess it's really hard to make this simple, huh? Let's see. So yeah, we were like hard to kind of, you can kind of see my mouse. We were in like Ueno, Okachimachi. We wanted to get to, let's see if I can find it. It was Chuo Station, which was pretty far out. Damn. I should have prepared this so I could show you more easily. Yeah, it is so hard. I just want to find like a map of Tokyo in general, I guess. Map of Tokyo. There, let's go to maps. There we go. Okay. So we wanted to get to Chuo Station. Yeah, that was like pretty far from Tokyo. So we wanted to get down here. We were over here. So we basically had to take a train line from like, yeah, we have little flags. Take a train line from like here over to like Shinjuku and then go down here. And then from there we walked, I think this is where we went the first day. We walked from this station to one of the hard-offs, which was in the area. Let me just make sure is this the right place that I went to? Or no, wait. No. Okay, so we went over here, actually. Man, I'm forgetting everything already. Yeah, we went over here. So we went to a station this way. The KO line. But yeah, basically, point is, we were kind of out in the middle of nowhere. And I have a bunch of pictures of that, because it was cool. So, you know, we went to some station. I have a lot of just, like, shots of just outside. But yeah, it's just kind of like the walks we took, where it was just kind of like, you know, somewhat more suburban Tokyo areas. They were really nice, like, scenic walks. Something that I, like, genuinely recommend to people if they're going to Japan, and especially if you have an interest in retro video games or collectibles, in terms of, like, buying stuff. Going outside of Tokyo to find this stuff is very cool, which you'll see in a second because I took plenty of pictures of those. So there was another reason we were going over here, because we wanted to go to Setagaya, which is an area of Tokyo, because they were doing an art museum exhibit thing for a mangaka that I really like. And I will show that in a second. Get the right pictures. So yeah, I really like the shot of this like little crook with the vending machine. It's cool. Lots of vending machines, obviously. I'm sure you've heard, but they are great. But yeah, so we went to this museum with art from what is it? It's Iguchi. What's his first name? I can't remember. For some reason, I'm being stupid. My microphone fell. I have it propped up weird. Hisashi Iguchi is his name. He did a manga that I really like called Stop Hibari-kun, and it's really good. I reference it in one of my videos recently. I'm sure you remember if you watch all my videos religiously. But yeah, he had a art museum based on all of his manga art he's done over the years, and it was so cool. These are all like, you know, original drawings of the pages of this manga, and a lot of like the original drawings of the chapter covers. And it was so cool. I was just in like heaven here, like gawking at all this art. I really like his style. The manga itself is really good too. He's done a lot of art beyond the manga, just kind of as like, just does like promo art for advertisers and stuff. Ever since then, he hasn't really made a manga, I don't think, since like the 70s. But he had a lot of his older stuff too, like that's wicked old, which is really cool. Let's see if I have any other. Yeah, I have more longer pictures of like, you know, all these different things. He did the art, he did the character design for the movie Perfect Blue, the Satoshi Kon movie. That's a pretty like famous thing he did. That movie's amazing. So, so yeah, he's good. Point is, but it's really cool. There's lots of really cool art. Draws a lot of beautiful women. Love seeing like the sketches and like his process of drawing this stuff was really cool. I don't know. It's very cool to see these things that like, to me, are very like iconic. Like this art is pretty iconic. I've like stared at his art for a long time. To see like the original drawings of them and like see like, I wonder if I have any examples. I'm sure you'll see it in some of these. Like you can see like mistakes he made and corrections he made. It just feels so human and cool. Way more inspiring than I anticipated. I guess I'd seen art before, like art museums and stuff, but like not like a comic book artist dedicated, art exhibit. So it was pretty cool to see that and like all the sketches, and especially older comic book artists, like some like a comic book artist from like the 70s and 80s. Yeah, they did like a recreation of his like desk that he drew on, which is pretty cute. There's some crossover drawing with another manga artist, which is kind of fun. Sounds really cute. Yeah, you can see it here. Do you see like the white? That's all white out. That like corrections that he was making, which is like kind of validating in a way. It's like, man, even an artist this good still makes mistakes. Yeah, like it's really noticeable on her. There's a ton of white out, like all over the place. And it's just like you could tell he probably drew a mouth. He was like, that's not good. And then he whited it out and drew a different mouth, or did the hair and he's like, oh no, it's to be parted differently, and then whited it out and redid it. It's just like, man, that's awesome. Like, even amazing artists still aren't perfect. And this stuff got published, it's like all these corrections, but this was the published cover art for the chapter for this manga, which is pretty cool. Really cool exhibit. It was only going on for a little bit. It's actually over now, but I was glad I got that. It was one of the main catalysts to why I planned on going like as soon as I could, was because this exhibit was going on. And like I wanted to get there before the exhibit was like a done deal. So yeah. Yeah, cool. Yeah, surprisingly enough, I actually did. I'll probably show off some stuff. I might spoil some of the stuff I got, but they were selling the manga at the exhibit, so I bought one of the copies, like the first volume, which is pretty cool. It was like the newer print of it. I do really want the original print. This is only like 3 or 4 volumes, so I would love to have the original print of that manga, but that's tough. Anyway, so here's a picture of, so we went to a hobby off / hard off / off house, which they're all kind of chains of, well, they're all one chain, but they're all separated kind of thrift stores. So like off house is more just like anything, like clothing and like, bags and sports equipment and all that stuff. Hobby off is for hobby items, like toys and stuff. This was definitely part of hobby off. And then hard off is more like electronic hardware, so like video games and stuff. There's also a book off, which is kind of sort of a catch-all one where it's got like a little bit of everything, but mostly it has books, and it has what do you call it? Like game CDs and stuff. Yeah. But yeah, they have so much cool hardware and stuff here, like just like video games and stuff. Actually, 1 second. I will be right back. I forgot I have to do something really quick. I will be right back. Do I have a BRB? I don't have a BRB, but that's okay. Oh shit, whatever. Okay, I'll be right back. It'll be like 2 seconds. Oh god. Okay, I am back. Hello. What's up? Okay, so where was I? Talking about hard off. That was it. Okay, so yeah, this was a hard off store. As you can see, they had a lot of video game consoles, which is pretty cool. It was very interesting because like they were all like one store, like the hard off and the book off and everything, the hobby off or whatever. But like you could only buy like from hard off in the hard off section, and you could only buy from like hobby off in like the hobby off section. Oh, I will talk about, well, there was some weird stuff. It's hard to say what the most interesting thing was, but like I bought some stuff, which was fun. I bought plenty of stuff, but there was some really cool stuff at Hard Off. It was hard to like, there was so much to see. It was like insane, like, you know, old records or stuff in the like the junk section was so interesting. But yeah, this is a 9,000 yen for a oh yeah, worth keeping in mind right now in Japan. So in my head, I always, you know, in my head it's always like 9,000 yen is like $90, like, you know, whatever. That's just kind of how it is. But it's like 70% of that right now because of like conversion rates. So like 9,900 yen is probably like $70, and you get tax free. So this is usually with tax included. So like, right, it says it right there. Without tax, it's 10,000 yen. With for that. And it's 30% off. So it's like, that's like $70 for that in-box Sega Saturn. And like, you know, probably a little less than $70 for that orange GameCube with a Game Boy player, which is pretty cool. Or they just had tons of Famicoms here. There were so many Famicoms. It was pretty interesting to see so many Famicoms. I did see some weird stuff. Like I saw some, yeah, literally right here. Yeah, it's like a PC Engine. Yeah, you can actually convert, yen to, wait, should somebody have into the chat? Hold on. You can convert yen to USD at any 7-Eleven, luckily. So it made it a lot easier. There we go. Wow, what the hell happened? All right. What are you saying? Oh yeah, it is totally worth going to a hard, especially if you're really into if you really want to get retro games. I didn't buy a single damn thing in Akihabara. Actually, I did, but at Super Potato, I didn't buy a damn thing. They were so expensive there, and they know what they have, you know. What's up, Fuin? But yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff just like in this image. I just took this as like a look how many Famicoms there are, but there's plenty of cool stuff in that. See if you have any more pictures of that specific hard off. Again, it's so out of order, so whack. Okay, not really, but yeah. So we went from there. We went to this area, which is pretty cool. It's like where a lot of the inspiration for the movie Whisper of the Heart came from, which is pretty cool. This little like staircase is like a staircase in the movie. Let me just look it up. Whisper of the Heart. Stairs GIF. Yeah, it's this GIF for walking on the stairs. It's like supposed to be like this hill, which is pretty cool. I really like Whisper of the Heart, like setting wise. So I was like, oh, I gotta see that. And it was only like a train stop away, so I was like, that seems pretty neat. Yeah, movie's amazing. Let's see what else. Did I have any other pictures of that day? We got, I think this was breakfast that I had, which was just you know, another convenience store meal of chicken on rice, or maybe pork. Oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah, their book offs are really fun too. If you're into like, you know, manga and just books, Japanese books in general, those things have so much. I saw it, but I did not try Ichiban noodles, unfortunately. Food was tough. So it was kind of like we had to like really settle on a lot of food, unfortunately. But either way, I had some good food, which I'll talk about. That's a cool shot of a tree. I think my girlfriend tried one of them. the like ones that you can win figures and stuff from, but I didn't try any of them. I'm not. The only what was I just gonna say? The only scam I got were like crane games a little bit, but not too many actually. I was pretty good about that. So the next day we woke up. So that was pretty exhausting. We went all the way to, we went to that Setagaya, the museum, and then we went to the park, and then we walked and whatever. It was a lot of walking, lots of walking, by the way. Finding a Parappa toaster. I didn't see one, but maybe your luck will be better than mine. I don't even know what the hell does that mean. But yeah, so the next day we thought, oh, well, we'll walk a little less, and we'll go up to Ueno, which was like 20 minutes, and then we'll walk down to Akihabara when stuff starts opening. Because we were up pretty early. We had like a pretty early sleep, schedule. And Ueno was really cool. This is a picture right outside Ueno Park, and there's this big like shrine area right in the midst of the city, which is always really cool to see. And we did go to Ueno Park, which is a pretty nice big park area for you to walk around in. It was nice. Some cool like temple shots, stairs and stuff. I guess it's worth pointing. I was trying to be very polite. My pictures probably aren't going to be great because I was trying to be very polite and not weird and not like the most touristy like piece of shit alive. Like it was obvious I was a tourist, I'm not. I don't look exactly like Japanese. So sure, people like I just tried not to get anyone else in the shot if I could help it, and tried to like get out of people's ways. But so pictures might not be like super pretty, but it's fine. I got what I could. But yeah, we went to Akihabara the second day, which was really fun. There's a lot of cool stuff to see in Akihabara, obviously. I don't know what... There's a book off, I think. Oh, no, wait. Maybe, yeah, it looks... Yeah. Looks like a book off. Yeah, hard off. This was a hard off. I don't know when this hard off was, but here's another hard off. I went to like a million hard offs, so you're going to see a lot of these. Game Boy games. Look at that. Look at all these cool games. Oh, yeah, no, I took a picture of this, because these are all North American games. This is like, Metroid Fusion... like American copy of Metroid Fusion. It was just weird to see. They had a lot of them. I'm looking. I think I just saw Rayman and like Sonic, and I was like, that's weird. But it's like that's interesting. But yeah, this is like the glass case. Some stuff in the glass case. Some cool games. Some of these games. Some of them get expensive though. Like that Saturn game says that's like $160 or something. But yeah, 550 is like $35 right now. So not bad. Probably. This is pretty cool. This game's neat. Princess Maker. I think this is the actual like PC version, which is pretty cool to see. Let's see. Oh yeah. Okay, so I went to a store. I think I have pictures of this from when I went down this. One of the stores I was really looking forward to going to was a store called Beep, which is a very very niche otaku kind of store. Let me see. Where's I have pictures of it. I know I do. Is there more shit down here that I didn't see? Yeah, okay, so it's like this little like bunker almost. It's like a little like basement bunker area. And in here it is just like wall to wall with like old PC tech and old like PC games and just like very specific kind of old, Japanese stuff. It was so cool. This store is so worth going in just to see it. Like this is a fractal floppy disk drive IF. Like who gives a shit about that besides like the nerdiest of nerds? Like it's so cool. They had a whole Puyo like display thing. They have like that's like the original PCV for Puyo and like all the different versions. Crazy enough, I actually saw that. This is the original PC98 release of Puyo Puyo, like on like floppy disk, and I saw that at a different store later, like for sale. But yeah, really cool. Just a cool display. Lots of really old computers that I just fawn over. I would love an old PC98 setup or something, or just any NEC PC from back then. They had a lot of cool. Obviously, there was like some decent history to this place. Lots of cool artists signing it. That's like the artist that if you recognize that game, you'll know. I don't know the artist name or the game name actually at the moment, but picture of Marina from Mischief Makers, and look at this, Ken Sugimori, Pokemon artist. That's pretty cool. I was like, god damn. He's a kind of a big deal. Let's see, is that just a... Let me see if I have pictures of Beep before I continue. This maker... Oh yeah, they're like a little Toho section. Pretty neat. Lots of posters and stuff. But yeah, so we just kind of explored Akihabara. There was other stores we went to. These games I was super on the lookout for. Honestly, now that I'm looking at it, that price for... these are the Monogatari games. Which are like the RPGs that came before Puyo. That Puyo, like, you know, I don't know, was based on, question mark? Like, kind of like, it was like a spin-off of these. These are the Game Gear versions. I really wanted, there's a Super Nintendo game I really wanted, which is like kind of like a weird remix of the first game. And then like Pipe Dream was like finding like the original release of it, but that's super expensive. But those were the Game Gear games. 390 yen is not a bad price for that game. I still don't think I would have bought it, but I mean, I didn't because I was stingy. One thing I do like about shopping in Japan and just, you know, this vacation in general, I really like budgeting. Like, it's like a hobby almost at this point, is like saving money is like really satisfying to me. And it was pretty easy to like find deals and save money on anything you did in Japan in terms of food and your, you know, hotel stay and the stuff you bought. It was just like really conveniently easy to do that. But yeah, where else did we go that day? Lots of figure shops, you know, stuff like just glass cases of figures. I don't remember what store this was. This store had a lot of just like stuff. Oh yeah. Oh my god, the soccer gif is awesome. I'm glad. Why isn't this loading? Hello? Yeah, there we go. Yeah, the store was cool. I don't remember what the store's called, but I went here because my friend recommended it to me because there was a pop-up store thing for a place further than the universe when he went there, which is, you know, my favorite anime of all time if you watch the video. And I was excited, but it wasn't there anymore. I guess it was only happening for a little bit, so I didn't get to see it. This is probably the top floor of a Taito arcade somewhere in Akihabara, I'm sure. I took that picture. Let's see. Oh yeah, these are like Taito stations. These guys were all over the place. They like clapped and yelled at you, and it was really annoying. And they had to have like signs in front of them that said like, "Don't kick me, please," which is really funny. It's a cool shot of Akihabara. If you didn't know, Akihabara is like the I did not go to the Skytree Mall either, unfortunately. I was debating going to the Skytree, but we didn't really have a reason to go. I think when we wanted to go, it snowed really bad that day, and like a lot of things were closed, and we just ended up like losing that day, sort of, because of that. But yeah. Oh, there's a Kirby Cafe there? I didn't even know that. There was so much to see, Jen. You don't understand. It's hard. Oh yeah. Oh, what the people advertising the, like, you know, the stuff. There were so many, like, you know, maid-dressed girls like advertising stuff that everyone just ignored like they were solicitors. It was, I mean, they were solicitors, but it was like, it was just funny. Yeah. Yeah, it's tough when there's so much to see and you never have enough time. Another figure store, a bunch of Mikus. I think this is the store my girlfriend bought a figure of Laos from Dungeon Meshi there, which is pretty cool. It like just come out. Yeah, that's what everyone was saying, how weird it was. It snowed a lot too. It was pretty heavy snow. Yeah, it was cool to be there when that happened. I think I have pictures of it. Bunch of Famicom games. I always liked seeing the wall of Famicom games. But yeah, they so like I was just talking about Dungeon Meshi, and yeah, they had some prize figures. They had one of like Laos like eating, like it was like a noodle stopper, so it like sits. I think that's the only one we really saw. But they did. We were at this one place. I think it's called like Akihabara Anime or something. Very anime otaku store. At the top floor, they had a pop-up thing for Dungeon Meshi with a bunch of like acrylic charms, and they're selling all the books. They had this big poster, and it was so cool. And I was like, I like on the 14-hour flight, I think I read like half of the entire manga. Like I spent like most of the flight reading this manga, and it's like, it's so good. It is so good. But my girlfriend's already like she read it like a year ago, and she loves it. So this was like pretty cool to see. So do I have any other pictures of random places in Akihabara? We went to when we were in Akihabara, we went to McDonald's because it was easy. Yeah, no, that was fun. Yeah, and then like we found some good deals for like figures and stuff, like stupid shit like that. But when it came to like retro games, I wasn't spending too much in Akihabara. I did find some stuff that I'll talk about, but I'll show off my stuff after I show off all the pictures. I went to McDonald's once because we were really curious on the difference, and we did not. We got curry, but we didn't go to Go-Go Curry. This was kind of bad. I'm not gonna lie. Probably just McDonald's. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it was just because of Akihabara. It was like a pretty like normal meal price, and I was a little disappointed because I was like, oh, I thought it was gonna be way cheaper. This was like a teriyaki burger, but it wasn't very good. We had McDonald's again at Narita on our way home, and it was a way better. Like I had like a chicken sandwich, and it was way better. Hello. And then I went to Big Magic, which is a big card shop, and they had a fuck ton of Fire Emblem cards, and I was in like heaven because I love this card game, and nowhere in America do they sell these. And yeah, funny. I've been kind of into the One Piece card game, so there were some new sets of One Piece, and I ended up buying a few boosters, and they just were selling them, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll take a few of those. That'd be cool. I haven't opened these because they're not out in America, so it was kind of neat to open. But like the day after this, I went to get more because my friend is also into this, and they were sold out everywhere. So I must have gotten them like the day they came out, and I didn't even realize, or a day they got restocked, because I could not find them anywhere after this. People were selling boxes of them, but nobody was selling individual packs anymore. So yeah, one reason why we stayed around in Akihabara that day was because we had a reservation to the Final Fantasy XIV like cafe, and it was really, really cool. It was nice. It was neat because you got like 2 free drinks, and you got to choose your class. So like I chose like White Mage, and I had like a White Mage themed drink, and that was like the Warrior themed drink, and I got like a little guy, a little meat bun guy, and I ordered Lord Hien's wieners for the meal. It was okay. It was like cafe food, so But yeah, we got like some fake mulled wine. It was just like, slightly tasting like wine. And they had a wall of people who drew their stuff. And I drew my character up there. But yeah, it was really cute. They had like a contest or something go on while we were there, but we couldn't really understand the announcements, so we were just kind of like, they gave us a pin at one point. They're like, oh, you won. And we're like, okay. But yeah, it was nice. It was nice to go. Like, it was really cute. They had like the Final Fantasy XIV music playing and everything. Just cool to see. So yeah, the next day was another day of us going to boonies outside of Tokyo areas, going to hard offs, and I think this is the day where I had like the best luck in terms of like just seeing cool stuff. Yeah, there was so much at these hard offs, and I think this is when I went to Chuo Rincon, because I went to the Snoopy Cafe, which I'll show in a second too, which is in that area. But yeah, we take a lot of connecting trains to these. So like, if I were to go from this to Shinokachimachi Station, you take like this line to this line to this line. And one thing that we didn't do, which a lot of people recommended, and we could not figure it out because people were just sending us in all kinds of directions, is we could not get a Passmo card or a Suica card. They were so hard to get your hands on. Like, I guess they were running out of Passmo and Suica cards, so they had to start doing like passport Passmo and Suica cards, where like if you were a tourist, you got a special like tourist card. But apparently they started running out of the tourist cards too, so they had to take down the kiosks, and then had to like, we got like just tossed around to a bunch of different places trying to get one of them. So instead we just ended up buying individual tickets at every station, because we always had cash, and it just helped us use some of the smaller bills in the cash. It was nice. It was actually really easy, and I was kind of like, wow, not like, I'm sure it's easier with a Passmo or Suica card, which is just the IC card that you scan at the train station. You can just fill with money. I'm sure it's easier with those, but it was so easy with just like the individual tickets. I was amazed at how convenient and well done it all is. This was like a hobby off, so hobby off more had like figures and stuff. It was neat. Yeah, literally, I had to get those little tiny tickets and put them in the thing. No, but it was nice. It was simpler than I anticipated it to be. The train schedule or the train map is basically like all organized by price, and it doesn't matter. Like, if I wanted to get to Chuo Rincon Station, it would cost me 710 yen. We would pay 710 yen at Shin Okachimachi. We would, like, look at the whole map and look like, okay, that's how much it costs to get to here. It doesn't matter how you get there. You can get there a million different ways. You can go all around this fucking place. As long as you get off at Chuo Rincon, it's 710 and your ticket's still valid. Which I think is really cool, because that's, like, it doesn't matter how long you're on the train. It just matters how far you went on the train. Metro North and stuff in like New York, it's all depending on what train station you get to specifically, like it's all very specific, which is always more frustrating than convenient. But yeah, we were kind of in the middle of nowhere when we were walking around these areas, so there was like an arcade batting rink thing, which is kind of a fun little middle of nowhere arcade, which is kind of cool to see. More hard offs. Look at all these Super Famicom games. This is not even the most Super Famicom games I saw in one location. I have a video of this just insane amount of Super Famicom games. This country is littered with these things. It's ridiculous. I was trying to look through as many as I could, because there were games that I was looking for Super Famicom, but it was so hard to like dig through them sometimes. There's just so much. In terms of pricing, if you want to know why you should go to Hard Offs in the middle of nowhere, that is a box copy of Mario Party 2 for 880 yen. Or Donkey Kong 64 for 110 yen. Or, I can't see Ocarina of Time. Or Goemon for like 1500 yen or something. Denshide Go. I do like the old price tags on these two. But yeah, it's super cheap games. Like N64 and Super Nintendo games or Super Famicom games are so cheap. Like so cheap. It's so nice. If you're on like a budget, like video game collecting on a budget, and you are like able to play the Japanese games or don't mind, this is like the best way to do it. Yeah, it's so interesting because N64 in America is one of like the more expensive consoles to collect for, which has always kind of been frustrating. Let's see, where else? This is kind of in the middle of, again, walking around in sort of these boony areas. It was nice. Very calming. It was very, my bad. It was very quiet, which was nice. I always appreciated how quiet areas were in Japan. But yeah, we went to a Snoopy museum. I didn't actually go to the museum though, because I looked into it and it wasn't like super expensive. It was like $20 to get in. And like, it wasn't really like a historical museum. It was just kind of like an art museum, but like themed around Snoopy, which is like fine. But I liked looking around on the outside of the museum. I feel like I didn't miss much. It was pretty funny though. They had like the entrance was like his mouth. And they had like a big shop with a bunch of stuff. He's like Snoopy's owned by like Sanrio. So, oh, did he really? That's pretty cool. Yeah, I've been wanting to go to that museum in his hometown. Yeah, for real. The full set of N64 games. Yeah, nice train station in this area. It was really nice. A lot of cool malls in a lot of these areas. What else do we... Let's see if I have any pictures of this area. More just alleyway, roads and cool scenery. Oh yeah, then we went back to Shibuya. On our way home, we went to Shibuya, so I have pictures of the Shibuya crossing and the dog. And, like, went to the Capcom store, which is pretty cool. That looks like there's two Ryus, but I'm pretty sure there's just a mirror there. Capcom store was really cool, though. I liked it. They had a lot of cool merch there. I have some cool pictures of Shibuya. Hachiko. Yeah, they had these ads for Persona 3 lining Shibuya Station. Yeah, I like the shot I got of, like, the fucking Shibuya crossing in, like, 2 seconds. I just took it really quick. And I was like, wow, that's a pretty good shot. They had, like, the Shonen Jump store, which is pretty neat. Oh, hell yeah. Cool display for Splatoon that they had. I guess it was, like, a limited time kind of thing. Animal Crossing. Bunch of Pikmin. Beautiful harvest of Pikmin. Just like pick your poison, get it, huh? They had a pop-up thing for like magical Do Re Mi, which was really cute. It has a Japanese name that I don't know, but you know. Where else do we do? Godzilla store. It's really cute. King Ghidorah. And actually, let me see. That was one meal. Yeah, where was this? It was a good meal. We had this. We just sat down and got it, and it was a kimchi, you know, stir fry. It was really good. I really wish we got more meals like this, but it was hard to find places that were like, especially at night. You know, places close kind of early, and it was tough to find a place that felt accommodating. So I have more pictures of areas in this. Yeah, the next day we went to. I'm not really even sure. We just went more shopping, I guess. It's hard to say. I think this were VTubers. I thought it was funny that they had this categorized with specific VTubers. Mostly normal restaurants. Mostly. We had a few weird experiences where it was like we were kind of at like a more like K-Books probably. It was probably in that mall. This was Shinjuku, I think. No, nowhere was rude. Nowhere was rude or like felt like I was being pushed away. There were some areas that I definitely felt a little out of place. Like I was like, oh, like we got these chicken. This is not it. This was a different chicken sandwich. This might have been the best meal I had. I'm not gonna lie. It was like American style chicken sandwich kind of. I like the cabbage lettuce on the bottom, but it was really good. It was really, really good. We went to this one chicken place, this like chicken katsu place in it was near Ueno, and apparently it was pretty famous. And like there was like a line outside, and we got in there. We were kind of not. We were thinking it was just like a quick eat place, but it was obviously a little bit more like traditional and little like I guess I almost like bougie, but. It was nicer, and we like literally sat, in one of those more traditional Japanese sitting areas where you take off your shoes and everything. And we were just like a little out of place. It felt like a little like, oh, we probably should have looked into this more. Like, this is fine. Like, I'm glad we did it once, but it wasn't like didn't feel very natural. Let's see what else we got. What else we got on these pictures? Sorry, I have to keep going back and forth between these two types of pictures because it's like, God, yeah. So more. Pictures of this was at Setagaya, which is another secondhand store. Setagaya is really cool too. There's some really cool stuff at these stores. A little bit pricier than like Hard Off, but yeah, I found some good deals. It's like Sonic Jam or what was that? I don't even know what game that is. Yeah, there were some cool deals here. I actually did find quite a bit at not Setagaya. No, it's Surogaya. Surogaya. That's it. That's the same fucking picture. Setagaya was another area I went to in Tokyo. This is a nice little shot of the sky. Oh yeah, we were having a good time with gacha machines. I'm not gonna lie, they were fun. I got quite a few. There was one that is in this picture. I'll show you when I show all my shit. But yeah, I'm gonna kind of go a little faster here so I don't take up too much time. But we did. What else did we see? I don't want to show that picture because that's something else. So the next day. We took a trip up to, I'll show you, took a trip up to Tateyabashi Station because it's the location that is just really far away. This is probably the farthest we went. It's a location that that anime A Place Further Than the Universe is like based on or like takes place in. And I had seen on Twitter and stuff that Tateyabashi loves that show and they like decorate a lot of their town based on that show and everything. And I was super excited because like I was just that show is very underrated here and like so we traveled up there and it was really fucking pretty. It was just like a nice area. We walked pretty far to get to this like info center, which is like the main area I wanted to get to. Some nice little architecture here. I think you asked if I go into any Lego stores. I did not. I don't even know if there were Lego stores. Sorry, I'm trying to find the pictures. Let's see, we have, some nice little areas as we were walking. But yeah, the main reason is, the info center, they had a whole bunch of themed stuff around the show, which is pretty cool. It was like the town park with like a little thingy there. I have more pictures of that. Oh my god, this is such a pain in the ass to scroll by between these. Yeah, it was really cute. So they had like a whole display of like fan art and little fan messages that people left about the show. Like lots of cool like little models people made of the characters and stuff. It was just like really cool. And they had like, this is like themed art for the town, you know, like they're like, she's holding like the town mascot and stuff. So it's like the show, like they made little promo stuff for this little town, which is so cool. Like it's so sweet. I ended up buying merch there because I'm weak. I bought soy sauce, which I don't know if we've used yet, but I bought these little charms. They're actually sitting right here. It was really nice though. And the woman that worked at the info center, one of the things I wanted to do was I had these little charms made of the characters that I wanted to give to them, like to, you know, put in the fan art thing. But I was pretty intimidated because I didn't know how to say this. So I kind of like, she knew a little bit of English. So I kind of was like, yeah, here for the wall over there. And she was like totally over the moon about it. She was so excited. And, you know, as a foreigner, she was like, oh, like you came here from like, where are you from? And I said America. And they were talking about, we're kind of going back and forth. We had to use Google Translate a lot to like get our points across. But you know, she was asking me like, oh, is the show popular in America? And I was like, no, unfortunately not. But I was like, it has its fans though. And she was just so excited. My girlfriend, of course, had to mention. She's like, yeah, he's made a video about it. And I'm like, oh, no. And she's like, video? What, YouTuber? Like, are you a YouTuber? And I was like, oh, God. And I, like, showed her some, like, I was like, yeah, I, like, made a video talking about my favorite shows and showed her the thing. And she was totally excited about it. And, like, it was really sweet. It was such a nice interaction. And it was just so cool to see people, like, they were obviously love this show. They literally, right now, it's re-airing in Japan, like, just on, like, TV. And they literally have, like, get-togethers in the town, like at like the train station cafe to like watch the show together. And it's like, that's so cool. And like a bunch of like these very dedicated fans of the show like come to this town to do that. It was really neat. Like for a show that's, I'm not kidding, this show is so underrated. Like I hear barely anything about it, and like it's so good. It is so fucking good. So like to hear people like, you know, a town that's so flattered by them choosing, like the director choosing this town to do the show. And you know, I told the people like when I was at the info center, like it's my like I typed down in Google Translate, I hope it came through, where I was like, it's like my favorite of all time. And they were like, it's the best anime. Like it's the best. I was like, right. But yeah, I did leave a note. I actually did see someone on Twitter, like I was like just looking at the Yurimoi like tag, and someone posted the game here, and I could see my little charm on display and like my note on like the wall and stuff, and I was like, oh, I like left my mark on this like little town, which is really nice. It was great. It was really nice. I loved having interactions like that. We try not to interact as little as we could because we didn't really speak any Japanese, so I didn't really want to like push people to be uncomfortable or like feel like they need to speak English, because like that woman was trying really hard to talk to me in English, but I wasn't trying really hard to talk to her in Japanese, and I always felt really bad about that because like I just didn't know, I barely knew any. So I tried not to do that because I just felt really guilty, but she obviously was very happy to talk about it. Yeah, that was a fun day. A lot of walking that day. It was a long ass train ride and a long ass thing. The next day we went to Nakano Broadway, which was really cool, and I have pictures of that too. It was this like long strip or mall thing, and like a certain area in the mall is pretty much dedicated to like otaku culture in general, but like really niche otaku culture, where they had like a lot of like old toys. It was pretty cute, the Milky Girl. They had a lot of like old toys, old merch, and like glass cases and stuff. Like this is all like old Magical Girl merch, which is really cool. Also pretty affordable stuff. Like it's pretty neat how like the secondhand stuff, like look at this fucking store, it's crazy. But I cannot stress enough, it was such niche interests, this area, like these areas, like these stores, very like old specific types of toys. It's so cool. It's such a cool place to be, even if you're not even into like toys in general. I mean, just like look at this place, like imagine like how much shit you can see in here. It's just, you'll find like something interesting that you'll recognize or something, and a lot of cool like decorations. Like this was like, you know, Mandarake was like a big company that owned like a bunch of these stores. And they had a lot of cool stuff. They had a lot of, oh god, they had so many LPs and, you know, EP records and everything. Oh, really? Yeah, it's really neat. Like, Nakano is a cool area. I was really happy we went. Look at her. But yeah, lots of cool stuff. Like, these are old, like, magazines. Like, old, like, you know, anime magazines, which is pretty cool. Animag. Oh, it is the original one. It was so cool, though. Like, Mandarake was, like, totally, like, furnished and had these, like, huge, like, displays of, like, art and stuff. It was also the first time, I think, while I was in Japan that I really stumbled across, like, I genuinely stumbled across, like, porn. Like, just straight up, like, aisles of hentai that I just did not expect to, like, I was like, oh, here's more books. I'm like, oh, this is all porn. Like, this is straight up all porn. I was like... It was just interesting. It is very... The difference in... I'll not have this picture up anymore. The difference in the way they, like, handle, you know, like, not safe for work stuff in general is so different than anywhere in America. Like, they had huge ads for, like, you know, vibrators and sex toys, like, outside of, like, tons of buildings in the middle of the city. And, like, I guess that could happen in America, but not usually. Not as blatant as it is in Japan. And, you know, they sold, like, softcore porn at, like, convenience stores. And, like, you know, it's so much easier just to, like, stumble upon that stuff. And at Nakano, you find some pretty, like, degenerate stuff. Like, they had, like, I thought it was, like, a joke, but I saw, like a used lingerie, like, gashapon machine. And it's like, oh God. Like... but it was interesting. It's a different culture, which I appreciate a lot. That's why I want to live there. Oh no, I can't read your message because I don't know Japanese. Who's got translator up? Interesting. Yeah, I guess it's just, I don't know. I'm not sure how the different, like, what do you call it? How the different culture, you know, it's just so interesting to see. Anyway, oh yeah, here's some pictures of, more pictures of Tatabayashi. This is the director, like, signed this, which is really cute. Some cool shots of, like, this was actually right next to our hotel. Oh, nice to meet you. Thank you, Jen. What is this? This a video? What? What? Really? Are you kidding me? Does it really not support that video format? Ow, shut up. What the fuck's going on? Okay, that was loud. I'm sorry. Wow, okay. Well, the videos are all fucked up that I saved. They look fine on my phone. Oh, well. But yeah, highly recommend going to, we played Taiko. We played a lot of Taiko. Taiko's fun. Highly recommend going to Nakano Broadway. But yeah, so it's hard to see, but it started snowing when we were out that day. And it snowed a lot. Like, a lot. We were really surprised. And it was like trending on Twitter that it was snowing in Tokyo. And I was like, oh, I guess this is a big deal. But it was really pretty. Like, you know, we had to walk and get food while it was like, there was like this much snow on the ground. And it was pretty miserable, but it was nice. It looked nice. But, you know, I had like a hoodie on and I had a hat on to cover the snow, but the hood was like getting filled with snow. It was like snowing so hard. But yeah, it was the weather in general was really, but besides this, it was really nice in Tokyo. I was actually really surprised. I had the Toho wall I took a picture of for my friend. But yeah, the next day it was pretty like rainy, and I think I went out by myself because my girlfriend was kind of just like didn't feel too well, so I was just exploring more Akihabara because it was, you know, right down the road. I tried a lot of vending machine drinks. I got really into the lemon honey hot drink. It was really fucking good. Hold on a sec. It was great. Yeah, those warm drinks are a lifesaver. Yeah, I took your advice, Jerry. They were good. They were really good. Yeah, this is the day I went to Super Potato, because we didn't go the first day. It was cool. It was cool to finally be here. Like, I think I'd seen it, like, pictures of it for so many years. So, like, finally being able to be in Super Potato was pretty surreal. And it was fun. But man, I have a picture of this. So yeah. But we're talking about those prices of Super Nintendo games, how cheap they were. Yeah. 8,000 yen for Mario World. Like, just fucking post this on Instagram. So, but yeah, I was not buying anything for Super Paper Potato. I'm sure it's like, I saw, dude, oh my god, some guy came up to me and he was like, it was a lot of foreigners were in the store, like a lot of Americans. And some guy, like, I don't know what, I was like looking at something and he like made a comment about what I was looking at, and he had like a Nintendo 64 in his hands, and I was like, oh nice, like getting an N64, I see. And he's like, oh yeah, he's like, you can't beat these prices, or he can't, he says something like that. He's like, well, it's like cheaper here or something, and I think it was like $200 for that Super Nintendo. And I was like, holy shit, man, like that is not a good deal. Like, go to a hard off, like Jesus. Yes, I loved the melon soda. That is something that I'm like so jealous of, is like melon soda is like the best. And you can't get it. It's only like only a Japanese thing. Like, they don't make melon soda anywhere here. They had a cool arcade at the top of Super Potato. Really cool. I like the way the buildings were structured a lot in Akihabara, where it was like really high. It was like 6 floors basically, and something like Super Potato, like the top like 3 floors were the store. So it was just kind of cool to go up these like old buildings, like staircases and stuff. Some of the staircases were like outside, you know. What's another? Oh, we got food. It was pretty good. Actually, this meal was not great. It was pretty fast and like whatever, but some more stuff. I like these guys. The milky like Final Fantasy crossover thing. I took a picture of this. Oh man, I would love this figure. Saw it here. It was like $200 or something, but man, it was so cool. I love this game, and like such a good figure of like this whole scene is so cool. All the little guys that you kill. No, actually we did get candy once. That'll come with another story. That's fun. This is that guy. We did get candy from somebody. He said, don't kick me. But we kicked him anyway. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, some cool areas. This was another, so we went back to just kind of the boonies, another area in the middle of nowhere. Oh, I did get this. I sent this to my friend Jerry in here. Ready? Yeah, they had Persona 3 themed fucking whatever this is called. I don't remember what this is called right now. The custard filled little treats, and I wanted to get the Aigis one, but they didn't ask me which one I wanted. They just gave me Kodomaru, and I was like, damn, I wanted Aigis, but it was fine. It was still worth the joke. Taiyaki, that's what it's called. You're right. And we got this. I also don't remember what this is called, but I'm sure if you know what it is, it's a certain type of food. So when we were here, it was like a local place. And again, my girlfriend was more in charge of the food stuff. I'm not like, I didn't care what we got. So, but she found this place, and it was very small in the middle of like kind of near where we were. And when we got there, they were kind of like full. And the woman came out and she was like so apologetic. She was like bowing and being like, I'm sorry, 15 minutes. And we were like, yeah, I cannot fucking pronounce this word. Elizabeth said it like 1,000 times and I can never pronounce it. But yes, that. I'm not going to pretend to be able to pronounce it anymore before I embarrass myself. But the woman was so nice. She was like, you know, being like, we're so sorry. And she was like, you know, speaking a good amount of English. And we're like, yeah, that's fine. We can wait. Like, we didn't really have anything to do. So we just kind of roamed around and came back. And she came out at one point. We were still there. And she was like, oh my God, like, thank you so much for waiting. Oh my God. And she was so nice and like sweet. And she was so like all over the place, but she was so sweet. She was just like the sweetest woman we had like met. And there was like another foreign couple there that were being real chummy with her and took like a selfie with her, and like they were chatting her up or whatever. And Elizabeth was like, we gotta one up that like foreign couple. We gotta one up that white couple. We gotta do something better. And she's like, I'm gonna draw her picture. And she like doodled the little like drawing of like the waitress girl, and she was like so over the moon about it. And it was like, you're like a professional. Oh my God. And she was so happy, and it was just really sweet interaction. I think Elizabeth got a selfie with her too. It was really nice. It was nice. Nice interaction. I liked interacting with nice people when we could. And then we went to more hard offs the next day. I think this is like one of the last ones we went to. Again, video game wall. So I wish I could show you the video. So I went to I think it was a book off. They had so many Super Famicom games. It was like 3 rows of just like huge bins of like, you pull it out and there's like 20 of them in a like a single thing. There was at least like, there must have been 10,000 Super Nintendo games in like this one area. It was insane. It was ridiculous. Yeah, we went to a lot of like these were more hobby offs. There's lines of figures, some cool pop-up shops. The new Precure season had just come out when we were there, and my girlfriend really likes Precure, so we were like kind of surrounded by this a lot, which is cool. Precure's cool. We went to Yokohama, and there was a Pokemon store there, which is pretty neat. I like the sitting guys, all the little sitting guys. I didn't actually get anything here though. I was thinking about it, but I just kind of opted not to. There was a Garfield pop-up shop. I think I did see Kirby's Adventure. I remember seeing it boxed for a good price, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool," but I didn't end up getting it. I was so focused on the games that I really wanted. Some more shots. We're kind of getting to the end of the pictures I have to show. I have a lot, but like this kind of just gave the main gist of what I did. I don't want to spend too much time on like just random pictures. There was there's another meal we had. Yum 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 yum. That was like a bar kind of. Good Smile had a pop-up store, which is pretty cool. They had a lot of like, Nindroids and stuff. Some pictures of Steph. Game Boys are really expensive in Japan. I don't really get why. Even at hard offs, like Game Boy Advances were like never less than $100, like when converted. It was insane. I was like, I don't know why they're so expensive there. There was a Neo Geo Pocket Color. That's probably why I took this picture. No, I took the picture because of that fucking Game Boy Color. That Cardcaptor Sakura Game Boy Color. That is like a pipe dream of mine to own that. And it was like $300, but like still I was so like, fuck. Like, oh man. That'd been so cool. Some cool graffiti. More figure stores, just lines of figures and stuff. We went to so many of these kind of stores. Yeah, the Garfield pop-up store was actually pretty cool because it had a lot of like cool, unique, like art-styled Garfields. Oh, unfortunately was no way I was gonna buy that, but I wanted it so bad. It's such a cute Game Boy Color. What's this picture? Why isn't this loading? Sometimes these pictures don't load. I don't understand. Speaking of, there she is. Cardcaptor Sakura is like one of my favorite series, so I love seeing it. What's this? More shots of random shit. Oh yeah, we went to, this was the store for this figure, the company that makes this figure, Koto Kubiya or whatever. They had a whole store. They had a lot of cool stuff. All these figures though, man. I want this one so bad, the Rosa one. It's like another pipe dream figure of mine. Oh, here's a shot of inside the hotel. Kotobukiya, that is it, yeah. Nice shot of the hotel here. It's like, it was kind of cool because it was like open, like the roof was open, so it was snowing. It was like snow coming down from this area, which is pretty cool. Pictures I got in here. We went to a Don Quixote store, which is kind of cool. Very like sensory overload in terms of its like advertising, which is funny. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, funny thing, Don Quixote has a theme song. Hard Off has a theme song. Hard Off's song is so fucking annoying. That is the hardest part about being in a Hard Off, is they play one song really loud over the like speakers, and they play it on loop. And I can only imagine, because I'm in there for like an hour or two looking through these games, and it gets like jammed into my brain. I cannot imagine working there. It is hell. Oh, really? Yeah, it was neat. It was an interesting store. I didn't really buy anything from, but, So that's kind of all the pictures I have. Again, there's probably more. There's a picture of a guy from Mob Psycho as a dog. It's pretty funny to see. But yeah, that kind of gives you a gist of what I did. It was really fun. A lot of shopping. A lot of just going around, like, going to different stores and stuff. But I'm a collector. I like looking at this stuff. It was fun. We spent a lot of time walking between areas and just seeing like sights of like, you know, suburban areas of Tokyo and stuff, which was enough for me to get my sightseeing. That's the kind of stuff that I really end up appreciating. So like, you know, it was totally fine. But yeah, I had a lot of fun looking around those places. But I do have I have a webcam set up, and I want to show off all the stuff I bought because it's interesting. And I have a lot of stories about revolving around the stuff that I got. But yeah, I'm gonna turn on my video. We'll do that now. Look at the haul. Actually, I'll be right back before I do that. I'm gonna quickly just go see if anything's going on with food. So I'll be BRB really quick. BRB. Let's un-BRB. Let's play the hard off music. Get a good taste of what I had to deal with being at a hard off. I'm gonna eat really quick, but we'll just chat. If anyone's got any questions about, like, you know, how I planned it or anything, or if anyone's like also interested, this would be a good opportunity to help. This is my first trip out of the country at all. So, you know, it was a lot of learning experiences for me. But, you know, it's pretty fun. It's a fun thing to do when you can. We have like we went from the Japan to the whitest meal, like American meal. I'm having, it's like Super Bowl food, which is pretty funny. We're having pizza and buffalo dip, buffalo chicken dip. I think I calculated before the flight. It was about $2,000. Pretty much everything cost me for like everything, like spending money included. Without frivolousness, like, you know, with just food, hotel, and everything, it was probably closer to like $1,500 for everything for 10 days. Like, the hotel was $700 for 10 nights between both of us. So we split it, me and my girlfriend. It was a really good deal. We were like 5 minutes from the train station. You could easily go to Japan, at least from America, for $2,000 budget. For more than 2 weeks, easily. Which, if you compare that to, like, Disney, it probably would cost you triple that to go to Disney for a week. So, figuring out where to go for a vacation, it's not a bad idea, especially considering it's another country. Our flight was a little over $1,000, but it was round trip and one way, so no stops, which is a really good deal. Which is great. Flight wasn't that bad, actually. I thought it was going to be much worse. That's not bad. Yeah, there's so much I'd want to see. And I didn't see a lot of the more touristy stuff. I do want to go to, what do you call it? Osaka. We didn't go. We stayed in Tokyo the whole time, so I am most definitely going to try to go again. But not sure when that'll be. But, you know, I'd want to. I didn't need a special SIM card. Luckily, I have AT&T, and they have, like, roaming data. You just end up getting charged, like, $10 a day. Which is fine. I know. It was tough. I mean, the only thing sucks about going outside of Tokyo right now is the bullet train is really expensive. So, because I think they're just taking advantage of, like, tourists and stuff. So it's tough. Like, it's tough to get. It's like literally like $300 if you take a bullet train, like for like a 2-week bullet train pass or something, or like I think it's $160 like one way or something. It's ridiculous. That would have like just complicated everything. Because we'd have to get a hotel over there too. Maybe in the future I'll do that, but there's other places I do want to see outside of Tokyo, like farther away. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would love to. I would love to go even farther if I had a chance. Harder to do because, like, the most fun we had, and, like, I want to do this with other people if I go with a bigger group. Going outside of Tokyo, just walking around the like suburbs and those like kind of more boony areas, and going to these thrift stores was so fun. Like, it was just such a nice, relaxing experience. We got to see so many, like, interesting things. We weren't, like... There was, like, nobody on the street, so, you know, it was just really chill and nice, and it was just, like, a really cool thing to do. Oh, God. I heard this song so much. It's like I'm really there again. So I'm eating celery. It's crunchy. But yeah, definitely going again now. Oh, really? I would love to go more northern too. For some reason, they'll have these like announcements over the intercom at Hard Off where they'll be like, they'll say something in Japanese, and the guy's like, "Hard Off is your dream place," and I'm like, "What the fuck?" Dystopian. Korea sounds cool, but there's like areas in Asian countries that I would love to see, but I think in terms of culture, obviously I have more interest in Japan, but, you know, I've heard Hong Kong's cool. Probably areas in China that are cool, and there's definitely areas in South Korea that are cool. It'd be hard to justify if I was going out of the country that far. It's gonna sound really, like, weeby, but, like, going anywhere but Japan, you know? as somebody who's not really into like historical things and like more into like the, you know, pop culture side of stuff, and like I guess like art side of stuff, probably some cool art in those areas, but yeah, I have interests, and they like Japan lines up with those interests really well. Oh my god, yeah. Oh my god. Kirby fans have it made, man. There's so much Kirby merch everywhere. I got some. Especially the like at the arcades, like all the claw machines and stuff. Kirby's just huge in terms of like merch. He gets like the best merch too. It's like always the coolest stuff. He gets like, you know, classic Kirby and all these like really fun little like, you know, nods to like older games. There was a Kirby there was a claw machine of Kirby Dreamland 3 toys. Like, it was like him with like, I don't remember her name, like the little slime thing that goes on his head. And I was like, oh my god, I want that so bad. And I was trying to grab it and I could not. I spent like probably 600 yen trying to get it. And I was like, fuck this. I saw that. Chi-Chi. They had Gooey. Like a little figure of Gooey you could get from a Kirby game, and I was like, oh, I want it. Or Choo-Choo? Okay. Dreamland 3 is awesome. Like a deep cut. I guess those characters are in one of the newer games too, but to me that's a Dreamland 3 character. So I'll stop eating in a second so I can show this stuff off. Here. Want to see my hand? Let me, most unprofessional stream in the world. I apologize. Oh, hey. Sailor Moon. Sorry, she's so dirty. Look at that. Pizza with buffalo sauce on it. Yum. I feel so American. Yeah, haul time. Oh god, my microphone. This mouse is sick. A good investment. It wasn't that big of an investment, but I need a new mouse, and this mouse is really great. Borrow? Oh, that's not like you're flirting with me? Borrow my hand? I have stubby, gross hands. I'm like not a hand... Look at my fingers. I am not a hand model. I bite my fingernails. I'm not sure. I might have. What was it? Oh, then no. Yeah, we really didn't go anywhere. We went to like a Indian restaurant once. It was obviously owned by some, like, you know, Indian immigrants there. But besides that, we got mostly Japanese food. Alright, enough of the hard off music. I'm gonna go fucking crazy. It was a funny meme. Alright, let's show off some stuff. So I was gonna do it in order of when I got it, but I don't remember anymore. So let's start with the figures and stuff. So I found this. It was like outside in like a little like bin. It was 200 yen. It's a character from Poppin' Music, and I like remembered her, and she's really cute. Actually, I opened it like once, but I haven't opened a lot of these figures, so I took it out of the little plastic thing. Ugh. Here we go. Look at her. She's so cute. It's just like, I like these kind of styled, like, you know, simple stylistic figures. Ugh. Let's see. There we go. Little Poppin' Music girl. Very cute. But yeah, I was like literally sitting in like a little like bin outside of like a little figure shop. Like, oh, these are all like super cheap stuff. And it was like rained on and stuff. I was like, I need to take her home. Like, she needs a good home. I'll put her up here. Oh, so I have a story about these. So there were these gashapons with Powerful Pro Baseball, which is like a Konami series. I'm sure you recognize like the character if you're kind of into like video games at all. There's a bunch of these games. Like these guys are, you know, they have a ton of games, and they had a Gashapon thing. And one of the reasons why I wanted it so bad, I don't think I have a pamphlet, is they had a bunch of crossover characters, and I did it twice, and I got 2 of these guys. This one's kind of cute. It's like based on like the older games, like he's like chubbier and stuff. Also, I feel like I'm not seeing the chat. Hold on. No, it's fine. Okay, there. But these are really cute. But there was one of the crossover characters was Shiori Fuyusaki from like Tokimeki Memorial, which is a also what the hell's going on here? Sorry, my chat thing's all fucking up. Oh, what the hell? Okay, there we go. I don't know, this chat thing's all kind of fucky up. From Tokimeki Memorial, which is like an old dating sim game. I watched a whole video on it. It's very cool historical game. And I did these 2 in the beginning of the week, and I was like, I didn't get her, and I was like, I don't want to spend any more yen on this. Like, it's fine. Like, I lost. I can accept this. And then the last day we were there, we had like literally change left, and I was like, I gotta see if I can get her. Like one more time, and I fucking did. Never stop gambling. I was so happy. She's so cute. I love this style of her. That might not be the last time you see this bitch with this haul. But yeah, these guys are pretty cute. I actually do really like these guys too. Like, I haven't played these games, but they're pretty like iconic, like retro games. So, yeah. Oh, I got these guys from that cafe, or the you know, the info center place. I think I showed a picture, but they're right here too. Her stand, she does not like her stand. Yeah, pretty cool to have merch based on this show. I have like Nendroids of them. They're over there. I can't show them, but they're like the only merch that was ever made were these Nendroids. So it's pretty neat to have anything else based on the show. I actually bought like one of those little like folders too. Actually, don't know where that is. I feel like those are always, they always have those at like merch shops and stuff, but they're cute. I have to find a good spot for them. This is the only Crane game win I got was this Kirby. That was really cute. I really wanted it, so I was happy. It was only like, yeah, the clear files, yeah. It was only like a few bucks, or like I only spent like a few bucks on it, so I was pretty happy with this win. It's really cute. I don't know. I don't know what Kirby is. It's like cleaning Kirby or something, obviously. Yeah, it's a cute power up. I don't know what's the game is this from? Is this from the newest one? Or is this? It was one of the newer ones. It was from. My girlfriend got me this. So it was 200 yen, and I like Bochi. I gotta put it on my corkboard. It's pretty cute though. I like the ending art, like this style for like during the ending sequences. But yeah, at these hobby off stores, you could find all this kind of stuff. These like little trinkets for so cheap, 200 yen. That's like $1.50. Who cares, right? I got this girl from an anime I like, Menma, from Anohana. Again, I think it was like 200 yen or something. Oh yeah, Star Allies it was in, yeah. Here, I'll take her out. A lot of the stuff I didn't take out of the packaging yet. But I'll take her out because she's not even open. She's like literally still in a little plastic thing. Look at her. She's so cute. This is a really sad anime. I highly recommend watching it. But I didn't see much merch of her, so... And I wanted something small. I don't have anything from this to represent this series, so I wanted something tiny. This is perfect. Like, that is the perfect representation of this series that I like. By him, Duat, because I have Totodile in this like style, this little like, you know, finger puppet hollow style. Yeah, right? This is 200 yen too, so. Yeah, she is the dead girl. That's basically the plot. Duat's like one of my favorite Pokemon, so I kind of wanted like all of my favorite Pokemon. They had so many of these, like these little finger puppet, I don't know what these are called, but they had just like bins of them for like 100 yen each, so I was trying to find like Lilligant, but I could not find Lilligant, but I did find Duat, so that was cool. Duat's cool. Got Bochi. I wanted something Bochi the Rock related, so I found this plush for like, it was like 600 yen or something. It was pretty cheap, considering how like popular Bocchi stuff is right now. I was really surprised to see her for so cheap. And it's like the perfect little Bocchi plush. She's like sweating. She's got a funny face. She's like the perfect little girl to hang out on my plushes. There's some random assorted things I got. These are the coasters they gave for Final Fantasy. They gave you a coaster every time you ordered something. So I got Odin and the Warriors of Darkness and a White Mage. And then they gave me this pin for some reason. They came over and they're like, you want a pin? And I was like, okay. I was like, whatever. Sure. There probably was better prizes to win. But... And I have some, I bought a bigger figure. This is probably the biggest figure I bought. My girlfriend bought a fuck ton of figures, but I bought a big figure of Shiori Fuyusaki. Told you this wasn't the last time you'd see her. I haven't opened this yet, which is pretty cool. And I want to say this figure is really nice, and it was only 2,300 yen, which is a pretty good deal. It's like that's like not even 20 bucks. They're really cute. It's like the bomb is like how they represent you like failing like a girl's romance in the game. So her holding the bomb like all cheekily is like really cute to me. I guess it's also Bomberman, like ex-Bomberman. So it's a nice little reference. I'm actually gonna open it to see what she looks like, because I haven't got a chance to. I wanted to kind of keep the prices on here to show you that I didn't spend a lot of money. I was pretty smart about what I spent. She's still in her packaging? She is. Oh my god, that's such a cute figure. It's like such bright colors. Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember seeing this figure online a while ago. Yeah, she is in the new one. I like how they keep using her, because she's like, so fun thing is she is like the hardest girl to romance in the game, and like to romance her, it's like a fucking like, it's insane. You have to do like, you know, crazy math and everything to like get to her, and it's like a whole thing, and like she's almost like famous in like, you know, game culture in Japan for just being such an iconically difficult character to romance in such a like iconic visual novel like dating sim game, which is really cute. Like I think it's such a fun idea. So I'm gonna try to point the camera for here. So those are my Nendroids. That girl right there, the girl with the red, Akari, I bought another. You're gonna see my fucking gross ass leg? No. I bought this Nendroid of her, which is her, but she's invisible, which I think is really funny, because in the show they have this joke where she's basically invisible all the time because she's not important at all, even though she's like the poster girl for the show. She's like not important to the plot. It's like a big parody anime. But this was really cute, and it was like 1,000 yen. And it's like kind of more or less like a full-ass Nendroid, so I was like, I wanted to get like a Nendroid when I was there, because, you know, there were good prices, but I was like, this like totally suffices, and it's gonna be really cute like next to the normal version of her. I also haven't opened this, so I'm gonna see if I can. I don't think there's tape on it. Yeah, look at her. Actually, I want to take her out. I want to see what she truly looks like outside the box. Yeah. Oh my god, that looks so stupid. She's like a little clear figure. I think she's got like little something written on her. I don't know. I'll translate it eventually. Oh, does she not? Okay, so oh, no, she comes with her arms. I can see him in the box. I was like, oh, she doesn't come with any parts. I'm like, oh wait, she does. They're just clear. That's really funny. Yeah, I thought it was a really fun thing to buy. In terms of like merch to get, it like goes with other pieces of merch. Her head is very, very loose. That is kind of weird. I've never felt a Nendroid with such a loose joint before. Probably the plastic they use, this clear plastic. Either way, that's fine. Yeah, right? Where is it? That show is really funny, by the way. And it's been a while since I've watched it, but when I watched it back in high school, I thought it was like the funniest shit. Again, very parody anime, like parodying a lot of like moe tropes and stuff at the time, so it's a good time. It's a little like stupid. I have to like rewatch it because I remember like being like, it's very dumb humor, but I remember liking it. So I got some books too. Bought this one at a used manga store. It just had my aesthetic written all over it. I was just like, oh, that's Dawn core. But it looks like it's just a little you know, little romance. It's from like the 90s. Very cute. Very, very cute. I still want to learn Japanese. I'm definitely more encouraged to learn Japanese now that I've gone here. So that'll be nice to be able to read one day, potentially. And same with this. I bought this specifically with the intention to read it while I'm learning Japanese, because I've heard it's a really good start, because they don't use a lot of words in it. And it's really simple. And people have recommended it. So I was like, you know what? That'll be kind of fun to have physically instead of reading it online. And again, it was 100 yen. So hard to pass up manga when it's that cheap. And then I bought this at the Aguchi, you know, exhibit. This is Stop Hibari-kun. This is the reason I love his art so much. It's this fucking manga. It's about a transgender girl, and it's really progressive for the time. It's very, very cute. I love it. I talk about it in that Vivian video I made very briefly, but kind of want to make a video about this series one day. But there's some really good. I'm not like the greatest like person about talking about like you know, gender and gender related things, because I don't really experience a lot of the stuff that a lot of other people experience. So I didn't think I was really the one to talk about this, but there are some really good videos from transgender folk about this series, so I highly recommend looking into it. There's some weird imagery though. We don't like everything about this manga, but you know, it's cute. It's got a good message. I also do have yeah, I'm excited to read it though. I bought this too. This is his art book. Very cool. Pretty much all the stuff that was on display there, like chapter covers of manga he's done and different various art stuff. It is a really cool art book. It's really, really cool. Very happy I was able to get this. I think it's exclusive to this exhibit, at least for now. So, yeah, it's pretty neat. Also, today, see if I can show it, I just put these up. Ugh. Can you see? I put up those posters over there. I got a bunch of prints, and the ad for the actual exhibit I put up there too. I just got those frames earlier today. Oh god. Trying to make sure this is back to center. Oh god, come on. I should have moved the camera. There we go. We're back. We're so back. We're not so back yet. We're so back. Okay. Yeah, that's a pretty cool thing to have. Love art books. Love art books on specific things that interest me. And I got some prints and stuff in here. Oh, this is really cute. This is the ad for Nakano Broadway. I thought the art was really cute. So, it's a lot of just like, you know, places advertising and stuff. Nice little memento to have for this place though. The map of the different floors. You can see they have these all sectioned off, and the yellow is hobby shops. This is the first floor. Look at all the hobby shops, and the second and third floor, fourth and fifth, third and fourth floor. You know, they had a lot of hobby shops. It was crazy. Cool place. Got a bag from. They're like, "Do you want a bag? It's themed," and I was like, "Yes." It was like 5 yen for the bag, so you know. Big spender. That's one of those. I had 2 of those little clear file things. One here, and then got that one for the other place. Representing my favorite underrated anime via Japan. Alright, so that's all like the figures and stuff I got. But now we got video games. We got a lot of video games. So let's start with some Super Famicom games. I got Seiken Densetsu 3 for 600 yen. I've played this game on like the Mana collection, but I did want to own it physically just because it's cool and good game. I still need to play the remake, but you know, it is what it is. I'll play it eventually. It's been on my backlog forever. Oh god, it's all stuck together. They have more Super Nintendo games. I bought PaperDawN because I also did not have this. So PaperDawN's very cool. Again, cheap game too, which is cool to see. I love Tetris Attack, so owning the original version is very cool. I love that game to death. I bought this too because it's funny. Like I saw it and I was like, "Oh, Mario and Wario." And my girlfriend was like, "What the hell is that? Like I've never heard of that game." And I was like, "Oh, it's like a game where you like use your mouse and like it never came out in America." And I was like, "It's really neat." And I just kind of put it down. She's like, "You're not gonna get it?" And I was like, "Yeah, I probably should get it." Actually, I was like, "I didn't think about that." Like 500 yen, like it's hard to pass up. Oh, it's by Game Freak. I actually didn't know that. Yeah, I've never played it, but I've heard about it because you know. Mario freak fan I am. Is there another? I think there was another Famicom game. And then I guess this is the last Famicom game I got, or Super Famicom game was I did get Monogatari, which was really cool to find. I do want to play this version, and I think I can maneuver it in Japanese, so I actually might play this physically. I do have a Super Nintendo mouse, so I can play that. Really excited. This was a super trying to find this game was like a big part of like why I was going to so many hard offs. Kind of bummed though. I bought it for 3,000 yen. Not bad at all considering how much it is online. I think it's usually like I see it for like $40 online. So $20-ish. It's a good deal. I saw it at like another hard off right after I bought this in box for 2,000 yen. And I was like, damn it. Like, I was gonna double dip and just like sell this one or something, but I just didn't end up doing it. I was like, I can live without it. I don't even need the box. Like, I'm not a big complete in box collector, so I don't even mind. Hello. So I have a bunch. I have some. There's another weird one. I found this game. This is Memories Off for Neo Geo Pocket Color. Really hard game to come by online. Like I collect Neo Geo Pocket Color games. Like almost have a complete collection of these games. And I never see this one come up online. Barely ever. It's like exclusive, Japanese exclusive not dating sim, it's just a visual novel. But it's actually written, at least co-written or somewhat written by Uchikoshi, which is the guy who wrote like Zero Escape and like the Somnium Files, which is pretty awesome. I don't know if this version is written by him, but this game was written by him, like the original one. I guess this is more like a port of it or something. But again, I never see this. And if it does come up online, it's like usually not in a price range I'm willing to spend. But not even $15 for this was a crazy good deal. And I remember even debating it when I was there. I was like, should I get this? I'm like, what, am I crazy? Like, of course I should get this. Also, there were some stores with a lot of Neo Geo Pocket Color games. A lot of them were in box, though. I don't really collect the in-box ones. I just have loose carts. So this was like the only like loose cart of a Neo Geo Pocket Color game I found. That was worth the shit. Like, some of them were like, all them mahjong and shit. So I got some disc games, so some Saturn games first. I got, hey, there she is again. I told you wouldn't stop seeing her. This is a Tokimeki Memorial puzzle game, which I was always fascinated by whenever I saw it online. And 1,000 yen. Again, couldn't really, it was so cheap. It's like, you know, in what world in America or anywhere else do you find like, you know, fucking Saturn or any kind of game for like less than $10 usually? It's like, it's rare these days. In America, retro game stores, the shovelware is like minimum $10 sometimes. Like literally like pets on or dogs with a Z on Game Boy Advance is like $10. So being able to find stuff like this or stuff like this for 700 yen, I did not own Knights. So finding Knights in the Dreams for 700 yen. Such a good deal. And these were at the Surugaya store, I'm pretty sure. And I was pretty surprised because like that store like didn't have the best prices, but like I found some cool shit. Like, you know, you just had to kind of dig. I was pretty happy with these. I think I found these at the same store. And again, so these games are not most of the stuff has been Japanese exclusive for the most part. Despite like Knights and stuff. But there were games that were not Japanese that I still bought because they're just such a good deal. 2 PlayStation games I've been wanting for a long time. Klonoa 1, which is super expensive in America, was 1,000 yen, which is like $7. I found it at Book Off, and I was like, wow, I'd be crazy not to buy a copy. And my PlayStation is able to be modded, so I now own all the Klonoa games, which is cool. Well, besides the remake, or at least the main few I own. But I really wanted this for a long time, the PlayStation version, so I was happy to find that. Could not believe the price. And then another one, a game I've wanted to own forever, just way too expensive in America. Parappa, 300 yen. It's like, what? And it's like fully equipped. Like, I opened this because I was like, is something wrong with this? Like, why is this actually 300 yen? But no, it's got the poster, like, just gotta believe. And it's got everything. Yeah, so cheap. I was like, man. It's like, and you know, Parappa is such a weird example of a game. Because a lot of times, the price of these import games or Japanese games will depend on if it's like playable, you know? Like, a lot of RPGs are pretty cheap in terms of import pricing because, like, you know, nobody in America wants to play a Japanese RPG because they can't understand it. But Parappa's in English. Like, there's no... If you can play this, which it's not hard to play PlayStation 1 games on a, you know, modded PlayStation 1 or something, or a modded PlayStation 2. Pretty easy to play Japanese PS1 games. It's the same fucking game. Like, it'd be like, you'd have to be like a half-brain monkey not to be able to play this in Japanese. Like, it's so simple. It just blows my mind that people are still like when this is so available for 300 yen, people are still gonna purchase the North American version for like $200. Yeah, some of those Super Famicom games are expensive. And then I bought Project Diva on PSP for very cheap. Kind of cool to own, like the OG Project Diva. I actually don't know if I can play this on my PSP. I think I can. I think I have like, well, I have a modded PSP, so I think I can if I really wanted to. I have a Vita with a bunch of with a way to just play whatever I want. So it's just cool to own, just like piece of history. Look at her, classic looking Miku. Yeah, import games have not been fun to buy. I was in heaven buying this stuff where it was supposed to be. I also got this. Might as well show stuff now. I got a little fight stick, a PlayStation 1 Hori fight stick. It's like the perfect size. I love it. I was so enthralled with it when I saw it. I was like, wow, I didn't even know they had a PlayStation fight stick this small. So I'm probably gonna get one of those USB to PS1 converters so I can play PC games with it. But I have a bunch of fighting games on PlayStation and PlayStation 2, so it was a cool find. It was like 2,000 yen or something, so it was definitely worth it. Then I have a bunch of DS games. DS is totally region-free, so I got this One Piece game. Watched a video about, like, all the One Piece video games, and this one stuck with me in that video because it seemed like the most, like, just kind of cartoony 2D fighter, which is pretty cool, and I'm into One Piece, so I thought I wanted one video game to represent it. Just throw my shit over there. Another anime fighting game I bought, Jump Ultimate Stars, which is pretty like famous Japanese only game on DS because like it's like there's like a bunch of shonen characters that you can play as, and I've heard a lot about it. 500 yen is hard to pass up. I love Japanese DS games are underrated because it's so easy to play them, you know, totally region free, and games like this are so interesting. The thing, you know, when I was in Japan, I was kind of like fascinated by this idea when I saw these. I'm like, oh yeah, there are taiko games on DS. I was like, that's so smart because you just tap your DS screen like a taiko drum, which is like really fun. So I actually picked up 2 of them because they were so cheap. And this one was supposed to come with, the stylus. Oh, is it this one? Maybe it's this one. It was supposed to come with the stylus that looked like the taiko drum things, but it only came with one, which is kind of disappointing. But it's still kind of a cute stylus to have, little don. Yeah, very cool though. Me and my girlfriend were playing these, and it was really fun. And you can play with the buttons too. So I love the song selections on these older ones too. It's just like old, like, you know, mid 2000s anime openings and stuff, which is always fun. So cool. And then the last DS game I got was this Chibi Robo game. I don't know what it's called in Japanese. I think it's called something Richie, which is funny because that's my name. But it's the only Chibi Robo game that didn't come out here, and it's kind of just like a full ass Chibi Robo game, like no gimmicks or anything. It's just like Chibi Robo on DS. I've always wanted to own it, and I was looking out for it in Japan. A lot of these games I was looking out for, by the way. Like, I had like a list of games I was interested in. No, that's the Park Patrol game. That was the other DS one, which I do own as well. This is one just didn't come out in America at all. It's kind of cute though. It's like basically Chibi Robo Mini. So it's like instead of in a house, you're in like an apartment. And I think you are in the apartment of the frog girl from the first game. Like her kid, you know, it's like her and her kid that you're helping out now, which is really fun. Kind of a shame we never got it. But yeah, that's all the main games I got. But then, you know, I was saying how I was like, oh, Monogatari, that'd be crazy if like I could get the original PC 98 version of that game. So I did, because I found it. This was like the last day I was in Japan. But there was a store in Akihabara. It was a Surugaya store, but it was specifically for retro games. They had so many PC 98 and MSX games. It was crazy. And I was blown away that they had this Monogatari. It was crazy. And I've played this a little bit online, but yeah, I was like, it was like 5,000 yen, so like $35-ish, which is an insanely good deal for this. Like it would kind of been really stupid. I just kept thinking, because I was debating it, you know, I was like, I didn't want to spend too much money. I was like, should I buy it? I just kept thinking like, I'm gonna regret this so hard if I don't buy this, because I'm gonna figure out a way that I could have played it. Because I was thinking like, can I even play these? Like, these are like 5-inch floppy disks. Like, can I even fucking play these on a modern system? And I was like, I'll figure it out. If I can't, whatever. I own a cool piece of merch based on a game that I am interested in. But I'm like, but odds are I'm gonna not buy it, look it up, and find out I can play it. But yeah, it was a really good deal. Apparently there was like, it said it had outer box damage, but like maybe it's like the shrink wrap, or the wrapping around the, you know, the plastic wrapping around here is like a little warped, but like barely. It's really nice. And this game is really cool, and it's really cool to own a PC 98 game, because I have always like just gawked at those old PCs and everything, and it's just this nice big clamshell box. I don't know. It was very cool. I know, right? It looks so nice. They also had for sale the original like big box PC 98 version of Puyo, which was another like $50, which I didn't buy, but I was tempted because it was really cool. But this is the first thing I also bought that was over the amount to get tax-free. So that was the first time the guy was like, oh, can I see your passport? And I was like, oh shit, I forgot about this. But yeah, so I'm gonna be gentle with these. Oh yeah, those are really cool. I want to be gentle with these floppy disks, because I always forget that these 5-inch floppy disks are made of like fucking paper, man. It's like they're so thin. So I gotta be careful because it's old and it smells old. But I was thinking, like, you know, I feel like if I just got like a USB 5-inch floppy disk reader and then like use an emulator, like a PC 98 emulator, I feel like I can run. I know I can run stuff off a disk on that emulator. I remember seeing that option. But I'm like, does that work? Like, or is it different? And I don't want to like mess up anything. So like, I don't know. I'll have to do some more research. I did a little bit of research, and there's this like whole, yeah, it'll be a VOD. That's actually one of the reasons why I wanted to do it on YouTube, just because it'll just immediately be a VOD, so I could just have this little like, you know, going down memory lane of my trip to Japan if I ever wanted to. But yeah, I'll figure out if I can play this or not. It's just really cool to own, regardless. I've like a pipe dream. I want to own there's a Mega Drive version of this game that is really cool, but it's really expensive. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Again, we had a full suitcase full of stuff because, you know, my girlfriend's box right here. She bought like a lot of, you know, used figures. She likes All Might, so she bought an All Might figure, like stuff like that. I'm not gonna show it all off because I think she wanted to show her friends. So, just in case they're watching, who knows? But yeah, we got, what else? There was anything she bought, like video game wise? Bought some One Piece cards. I bought some Fire Emblem cards while I was there, but I already put those in like my deck and shit. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, I did buy one Game Boy Advance game. I didn't buy any Game Boy games. They were kind of hard to look through because they were just like so stacked and like I don't know. It was hard. Game Boy games are weird because it's like I don't really know the exclusives. I'm just not as familiar with import Game Boy games. But I did buy. Actually, surprised I didn't show that. I thought it was in my bag. It's probably in my Game Boy Advance bag. I bought the original Starfy for Game Boy Advance. It was like 800 yen or something, so like it was cheap. But Starfy's always been interesting to me, and I've never owned any of the original games, so that's pretty neat. I think that was the only Game Boy Advance game I bought, though. I wanted to buy more, but I just nothing lined up. You know, I didn't find anything that was super interesting to me. Like, I remember thinking, I was like, oh, I should get I saw like Link's Awakening for cheap, but I was like, I don't need like a Japanese copy of Link's Awakening. Like, it's cool, but like, what am I gonna do with that? Like, I already have a game, so. Yeah, the original 4 Starfy games, 4 of them were on Game Boy Advance, and the 5th one was the DS one. That was the first one that came out in America. Oh, is it really? Yeah, I started playing it. It's really fun. I don't really know the difference between them. But I was actually... They had 1, 2, and 3, all for 800 yen. And I was like, shit, I should just buy all of them. And, oh, the 4th one's on DS? Okay. I was like, I should just buy all of them, just have the complete collection of the GBA games, but I was like, I don't even know if I really even like these games. I'm so conservative with what I buy nowadays, so even in Japan, when everything was so cheap, I was still being like, should I buy this? Like, I was still debating, which I like doing, it's fun, you know, I still like budgeting and, you know, finding things for deals and being very satisfied with what I spent, you know, like all that stuff I showed you. I think it's pretty cheap. I don't think I spent more than like $250 on just like stuff. Like, you know, hobby stuff, which was pretty good. A pretty good deal. For everything I got, at least. I would show you a big picture of them, but I just threw it all on my fucking couch, or my bed. It's fun. But yeah, it was very fun. I highly recommend all those video game purchases, pretty much, besides, like, the last thing I showed, was at, like, that was at a secondhand store. They're all at secondhand stores, all like hard offs and hobby offs and book offs and Surogaya, which is like another secondhand store. Seek those out if you are interested in this stuff. It is the way to go. Do not rely on stuff like Super Potato and Retro Game Camp or whatever it's called. Like, those stores are cool and they're fun to be in, but they are not like, you know, video game collecting these days is such a pain in the ass, and like, as collectors, we need to like not just cave, I think, to like, especially if you give a shit about not spending $1 million on all the games you want. So if like just like try not to cave and like find it. That's like always my advice on this kind of stuff, even if you're in Japan. There she is. Just taking her out of her thing. To combine this Nendroid with the other. I have like little baggies for all my Nendroids. I'll have to combine her with the other version of her that I have. I'll line up all the figures I got. Interesting. That's multi-card for teams. That'd be interesting. That's cool. Yeah, I'm kind of video game buying out for a little bit, but I'll be back on that grind soon enough, I'm sure. I'm really glad, like, genuinely really glad I found so much I wanted. Like, that was cool. Like, you know, being able to have a list of games I wanted to find and finding most of them was really neat. There were some games that I still never found. Every time I was in that DS section, I was looking out for the oh god, her pieces went everywhere. I was looking out for the Gurren Lagann video game. I didn't find that at all. How the fuck am I gonna find these pieces? They're invisible. Good. I'll do it later. All of the Akari's pieces fell on the ground and they're like invisible, so I can't see them. I'm just finishing my pizza. Stop eating it. Look how good that pizza looks. That was a frozen pizza. Oh yeah. I only saw the second movie, but that was a life-changing experience seeing Gurren Lagann in theaters.
I feel like there's another figure I got. I don't know why. It's not with my stuff, so I assume not. I can now organize all this. I kind of had it all in a bag since I got home, and I was like, well, I want to show it off on stream, so I'm going to keep it all in like the packaging and like the pricing and everything. Now I can put them all on my shelf. Yay. Mm. Oh, yeah. Gurren Lagann's like my favorite anime of all time. One of. I say it all the time. It's one of. It's probably my top 3. I think my top 3 animes right now, like in my brain, are Yuri-Moi, Mob Psycho, and Gurren Lagann. Yeah, I think there was pretty cool shrines I saw. I didn't really feel comfortable going into shrines, really, and like interacting with shrines, because I really didn't know like what I was doing, and you know, I don't know how to word this, like where whatever Japanese religion they follow at a like, you know, they're doing at a shrine. That's like not what I believe in, obviously. So I feel kind of like fake, like doing it. If I'm like not truly like into it, I'm just doing it for like the fun aesthetic. Like, oh, go to a shrine, do the prayer thing. Like that just feels fake to me. So I didn't really feel comfortable going in, but I looked at them. They're pretty cool. There was one in Ueno that was really beautiful. Like it was awesome. And there was a whole thing going on there. So it was obviously like an event. Right? I'm telling you, old commercials are like the best way. When I'm working, I'll put old commercials on like my other monitor sometimes. It's a really nice little comfy nostalgic way to multitask while, you know, working or something. Oh, Mob Psycho is life-changing. That's probably the highest quality anime out of all of them. Like the best, technically, like objectively the best, but not my favorite. At least I've seen. This game I got. I didn't get this in Japan, but I got this recently. What makes this game interesting? You can play as Cat from Gravity Rush in this game. That's why I bought it. It's actually pretty fun, though. I like golf games. Good golf games are fun. It was fun when we were in Japan. We were looking at, like, Japanese TV. Flipping through channels. Hell yeah. Are you playing it on a DS, or are you playing it on, like, on the computer? That game is much better on a DS. I don't even know how it would be playable on a, like, PC. Okay, that's good. It's a lot of fun. It's my favorite Rhythm Heaven game, I think. I love the control scheme. Takes some getting used to, though. Is there anything else? Not really. I love the DS because it's so difficult to emulate in a way, where it's like the DS is one of the last systems that I feel you genuinely cannot get the same experience on a PC. Like, you need to have it on a DS. Like, you can't play The World Ends With You on any hardware besides the DS, which I think is really special. I love that about it. Oh, yeah. I guess the 3DS is also a system that probably only works on 3DS, but most 3DS games didn't use the bomb screen much. They're kind of over that at that point. Besides, like, Kid Icarus or something. And stare at Pochi. Yeah, the Wii a little bit. But to be fair, you can connect a Wii remote so easily to a PC that, like, you can make your PC a Wii easily. You can get, like, a Dolphin bar, which is, like, you know, a USB sensor bar. Yeah, Wii U too. Yeah, true. The Wii U's a good example of that too. They do actually have that. Melon DS has an option to do that. There's just like, it's like sleep your DS for those puzzles. Hotel Dust does that too. There's like a part where you have to close a briefcase and you just like close your DS. Here, let's while I'm chilling here, let's open Shiori Fuyusaki. See what her figure looks like all put together. I did buy another figure. I already displayed it though. I bought a figure of Nami from One Piece. I already displayed it because it came in like a lot of pieces, but it was I like getting like the kid versions of the characters from One Piece because I just like love the backstories in One Piece so much. So I love to have like a representation of that, and I have like a few of them. And I saw one of Nami, and it was really cute. She had like a bunch of like high artillery guns like behind her. I don't know. It looks really cool though. So I bought it, and it was like really cheap. So, but I have it in the other room. That was the other figure I was thinking of. Okay, there was another figure. I wasn't crazy. All right, so she has a bomb that she holds. I think it goes, yeah, it goes right here on her back. Right? Does it go like that? Which way does it go? Can't tell. Oh my god. Eh. Yeah. Such a cute figure. I love old figures of like older series characters, you know, like it's such a unique idea. I feel like, you know, prize figures and stuff usually are always of like, you know, newer anime and stuff, so that's a detailed ass figure. The soles of her shoes are like fully detailed. Oh yes, and it's like it has like a really good stand with like 3 pegs. Look at that. Oh, that's nice. She's so cool. Cool to have merch of this girl. Oh yeah, I went to the I mentioned it, but I went to the Godzilla store in Shinjuku, and it was great. It was really cool. They had a lot of fun merch. All the Godzillas were dressed up in little outfits. I'm gonna open a bunch of stuff because I didn't get a chance to open some of this. The Bochi charm. Look at it. There you go, Bochi. Yeah, they had I really did want that the charm of like the Mothra girls. They had like a little charm of like the 2 Mothra girls from Godzilla. I was like, that is so fucking cute. Like that is such a fun little deep cut. I do have this little acrylic stand. It always sits on my computer. It's like I got it at a con of like Mechagodzilla. It's just like really cool art of him. One thing about a lot of the charms, and especially the acrylic like standee charms, they never do the back. They're always white on the back. They never double-sided printed it. It just saves them money. And I guess most people are displaying them in one way anyway, but I kind of like the option to be able to twist it in whatever way I need to twist it. Like even this one is blank on one side. It's like, that's a little lame. It's like, you know, if this is on a backpack or something, like if it's like, if I'm moving around my backpack and this is all people see, it's like, what the fuck is that? Whenever I make charms, I make sure they're double-sided. Just saying, Japan. So I bought these at the craft store today because it was $1 for this entire thing of this candy. These things are so good. I love sour candy. They're like warheads, but probably more sour than warheads. They're good. A lot of citric acid. It's like... Yeah, it's cheaper to, you know, get them made without a back, but I usually end up spending the extra money. Ugh. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't got much else to talk about here. I'm just totally wasting time. But thank you. I guess I'll probably stop streaming and just kind of organize all my stuff that I just threw in on my bed. But thank you all for coming and listening to me ramble about this. It was closing statements. If you are thinking about going to Japan, I definitely do recommend it. Like, as somebody who was super debating it, like, was debating it for so long, the only reason I hadn't done it yet is because my stupid paranoia, financial paranoia and everything was constantly like, oh god, should I do this? Should I do this? Should I do this? And it was worth it. It was a decently cheap vacation, all things considered, and it was a lot of fun, and there's a lot of room for, like, doing what you want in there. Like, I feel like if you go on vacation to somewhere specific, sometimes you're kind of pigeonholed to doing, like, one kind of thing. But, like, Japan, there's so much to do and see. So, like, you can really create such a unique schedule of what you want to do if you're there. And if you're a retro game collector, I just cannot recommend going to secondhand stores enough. You know, hard offs, book offs, all those offs. Just look, if you look up, like, if you Google Maps, like, secondhand store or recycle store or, you know, whatever, thrift store, you'll find a bunch. They are everywhere. And they're sometimes, like, you'll be able to take a train to a station that's pretty close to one and then walk, like, 20 minutes to one. And it's, like, totally worth it. The train is so cheap. It's like you can get pretty much anywhere in Tokyo for less than $4. And then, yeah, you just walk and you have a nice little leisurely walk. Only reason I wouldn't recommend going in the summer, I think. Like, in the winter, you know, February, it was cold, but it wasn't that cold. It was, like, 50 degrees Fahrenheit, so, like, not too bad. I was pretty comfortable walking around. But yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this. I don't know, in terms of YouTube stuff, I don't have any plans right now for YouTube content. I apologize. I was so preoccupied with this trip that I busted that video out right before I left for that trip, though. Like, literally 2 days before I left, I made that Sonic video, so I was pretty proud of that. But yeah, this week is getting back on my grind, on my work and stuff grind, so. But yeah, until next time, friends, thanks for hanging out and chatting. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm not glad to be back in America, but I'm glad to be back on my normal art grind and stuff, kind of, because, you know, I missed it. Hell yeah. Alright, see you guys.